Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Hello.
Today, on this
Hi,
fine evening, we summon the first ever court hearing, court summons on the majestic Atomous. I have no idea who titled that server, but anyways, today we will be having the case of Paradiddlers versus anti-Paradiddlers. We have the Paradiddle movement,
Hello.
and 𝗲𝗏𝗏. Alright, 𝗏𝗏𝗏 and 𝗲𝗏𝗏, what do you say in support of the Paradiddle team?
We're just here to try to support the decades or centuries worth of drumming that's gone on throughout the world, and yeah, we'll see how things are going to go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And anybody from the anti-Paradiddle team want to say any remarks?
Hi.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is how this court case is going to go down. First, we are going to spin the Wheel of Fortune. When we spin this wheel, we will determine who goes first and who goes second in presenting for this court case. After each side presents, there will be 3 rounds of rebuttals for each team. After that, there will be closing remarks, and then the winner will be announced by the judge, which is yours truly. So let's get right into it and spin the Wheel of Fortune. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Wheel of Fortune right here with Paradiddlers on one side and anti-Paradiddlers on the other side. We're spinning now to see from a best of 3 who will go first and who will go second.
Alright.
Alright,
Then.
so the winner of the Wheel of Fortune is the Paradiddlers. Do you all want to present first or present second?
We can go first, yeah.
The Paradiddlers have chosen to go first, which means the anti-Paradiddlers will go second. Gentlemen, you have 2 minutes to discuss in your private chats and pull up your slides, and I will see you in the courtroom in 2 minutes. Cole, you may begin presenting your case now.
Our first piece of evidence is evidence A. This is a poem written right after World War II. It discusses some things. First, they came for the communists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out, because I was not a Jew. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out.
So yes, that is Exhibit A. So in Exhibit B, Mr. Bernie Sanders decided to write paradiddles for a piece he wrote for Atomous, actually, as a assignment for his private lessons. And paradiddles indeed are present in this piece of evidence. So we would like to show this to show that the head leader of the anti-paradiddle party has indeed written paradiddles. Thank you.
Objection, Your Honor.
You may make your objections in the rebuttal rounds. Thank you.
Damn it.
Evidence 3. This is a screenshot from our Discord. Please note right here where it says Official Scared Sanders asked our 8-ball, do paradiddles exist? And 8-ball said yes.
And as we know, the 8-ball does not lie.
Bruh.
With Exhibit D, the Professional Percussive Arts Society of 𝗶𝗲𝗃, that's the convention, they decided to indeed write paradiddles, and the single paradiddle is indeed present. This is considered one of the highest forms of written evidence that of a professional showing that paradiddles may indeed exist. It is written there, and people such as Scott Johnson, sometimes called the drum god, is indeed one that plays and presents this at 𝗶𝗃. So that is another piece of evidence.
Next, this is Exhibit E. This is a movie short film showing the existence of paradiddles in the real world. This is Exhibit F. This is the drum Bible. You can see paradiddles clearly listed right here.
So, like I previously mentioned, they 𝗵𝗍𝗃 rudiments is one of the highest forms of written drum scripture, and this is a higher than that because it's the drum rudiment Bible. And the final thing is Exhibit G. This was something I figured out earlier. Official Royal Chef Bernie Sanders also likes to go by Colonel Sanders, and I decided to see, Colonel Sanders' slogan, KFC, finger licking good. If, indeed, you say finger licking good, it can be a paradiddle. Right, left, right, right, left. Finger licking good. Thank you.
That concludes
so
the
many
evidence we
objections.
have.
We will have 1 minute of break time. Everybody just mute up, and we will resume with the anti-paradiddlers case. Presenting first, we have official Royal Chef Bernie Sanders. Do you have any opening remarks you want to make before you make your case?
Hello, my name is official Royal Chef Bernie, otherwise known as No Nut Bernie, because it is the month of November, and we all know what happens during the month of November. That is all. Would anybody else on my team like to say anything?
Hi.
Hi, Kenneth.
Good day.
Good day to you, too.
You may present your case now.
Welcome to the presentation of Why Paradiddles Do Not Exist, written by Bernie Sanders, featuring the snare boy, 𝗕𝗏𝗏, 𝗖𝗚CE, Kenneth 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Reason number 1 through 60. They just don't, for reasons that would kill any mere mortal. We will discuss reasons 1 through 60. Reason 61, the literal definition. By definition, para is a term for fly. Therefore, you cannot fly and play a diddle at the same time. This does not include being on a plane, jumping, and anything of the sort. It literally is impossible to fly. Reason number 62. All paradiddles are just accented 𝗵𝗲𝗲𝗏. Tell me I'm wrong right now.
Are you sure about that?
Reason number 63. An accented 𝗵𝗲𝗏. Make an accent 𝗵𝗲𝗏. It's a left and then a right, left, right. That is a 𝗵𝗲𝗏, which is not a rudiment. Not one of the 40. You know what I mean. The paradiddles are their drag accent 𝗵𝗲𝗏s. Right, right, left. Right, left, left. Right, right, left. Right, left, left. Left, right, left, left. Right, right. Double paradiddles are triple accent 𝗵𝗲𝗏s. Reason 64. Rudiments in themselves cannot coexist with the men and women of this world. They have proven to provide security to the fragile boomers who invented them. The future is now, old man. Reason 65. During colonial time, drummers played paradiddles into battle, which we all know are not real. They were shot 37 times in the chest. If paradiddles did exist, they would be dangerous. People would be getting shot left and right. This is not what we want in our society.
Hey man, this is fun and all, but should we really be playing paradiddles right now? Yes, it's perfectly safe. Why do you ask? That guy's pointing a gun at us and looks mad. Oh, he's just a British soldier. Don't worry about him.
Lad, are you dumb? Are you getting rude, man?
Yeah, he just fired at us.
Oh no!
Reason 66. Why say something is a paradiddle in the first place when they cannot even be played by bad drummers? We will now have Giorno play a book report. Moving on. Why play paradiddles, which are not real, when you can just play doubles or even singles? It does not make sense to play a harder thing when you could just play the exact same notes except easier. Duh. Reason 68. Alright, we all know. Nice. There is no explanation needed. Our closing statement. Paradiddles and all rudiments are just common figments of our imagination. They are not real and they only exist when we play them, even though we are just hitting an object on a drum or another object. That is all. Thank you. The paradiddles will go next, or not. That's fine too. Okay, so to further illustrate our points, we would like to do a quick skit with a couple of people. So, our cast is Bernie, the paradiddler. Then we have General Kenobi, who is the anti-paradiddler. And then 𝗬𝗲𝗏 is some random guy we found off the street. Oh boy, I love playing rudiments.
Rudiments? But those aren't real.
What the fuck did you just fucking say about me, you little All of you know I graduated at the top of my class in the Navy SEALs, and I've been numerous secrets and 300 confirmed kills. I'm trained in guerrilla warfare, and I'm the top server in the entire U.S. Armed Forces. You're nothing to me but just another wife, you little.
Wow. Paradiddles are so rude.
Oh, I'm sorry. The knowledge of rudiments must have made me upset and vulnerable.
We forgive you because we love everybody. In fact, let me tell you why rudiments aren't real. Rudiments are concepts created by the imagination, just fictional characters in your favorite children's books. You can relate to them and understand them, but they are truly not real. Rudiments are simply the Comic Cons of music. People come together to share a passion for the love of drumming by creating this kind of music, exploring the world of fiction and imagination. Rudiments can be understood, they can be heard, but they cannot exist in the real physical world. For something to exist, it must have objective reality or being. Rudiments are neither of those.
Please, teach me the ways of the anti-paradiddlers.
Wow, your movement is so powerful. It made that angry man happy again. I would love to know more about the greatest movement of all time.
I will teach you everything. All we ask is that you keep your heart open and love thy neighbor.
I will.
Thank you. Conclude scene.
So, reason 62, Bernie Sanders. This was where you established that paradiddles are dangerous. You claimed that paradiddles led to 13 deaths because they were dangerous to play. How can something that doesn't exist be played?
Well, here's the thing. First of all, you said it caused 13 deaths. It caused many more deaths than that. Think about all the wars that people have fought and used their rudimental drumming or whatever. And as I said in these slides, and they were shot 37 times in the chest. So,
How
I
can
want
you
you to
play
know.
something imaginary?
Okay.
Is my question.
Okay. They're using an M1 Grenard. That's not a full auto gun. There's no
Okay,
way unless.
Objection. They played paradiddles into battle, alright? But they didn't play paradiddles, right? They played the accented first note and then a 𝗵𝗲𝗏.
Are you sure about that?
So think of your right hand coming down as an accent and then left, right, which is a 𝗵𝗲𝗏. That's not a paradiddle.
The last thing that we discussed was that you do not have any solid evidence. You're very persuasive, but none of your evidence stands up against a test.
May I respond to that quickly and then we
No,
may move
this
on?
is the
or
end
no?
of this rebuttal. You can say your
Okay.
remarks to the other side's case in the next rebuttal, which we will get into in approximately a minute.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Alright, so first things first. Let's go into the scribe notes and I shall go down my list. Number 1. The first thing I should say is that you took a thing from my lick that I wrote for Atomous. And it's called Oof, Ouchie, My Chops, right? And as you can see, there was a paradiddle in it. First of all, that was not a paradiddle. It was a single paradiddle diddle. Do you have anything to say about that?
So rudiments are composed of subsets, obviously, right? So if you wanted to play a pair of paradiddle diddle, that would be right, left, right, left, right, left, right? So you can have subsets, like a diddle is just 2 consecutive strokes.
Wait, what was that?
It's just 2 consecutive strokes. FBI, open up!
And then in this context, a para means you alternate, you do 2 consecutive strokes with 2 different hands. So a paradiddle diddle is essentially composed of a paradiddle and a diddle, hence the name paradiddle diddle.
Number 2, the 8-ball says yes. 8-ball at actually, you know what? I'll let General Kenobi take this over.
Okay, so if everybody would direct their attention to the gamers chat, if you have it, and then look at pinned messages. There are 2 examples of 8-ball. Questions directed at 8-ball. Specifically, the first one at the top says, is 8-ball trash? It is uncertain. If 8-ball can't answer this question about itself, how can it be trusted to answer this question about paradiddles? This is a completely unreliable source. There's no way we can trust this. When asked, is the bot used to score gay? It says no. How did it get this information? There is no way that a bot can have a gender, and therefore it cannot be gay. Therefore, 8-ball cannot be trusted, and therefore that source is completely invalid.
May I say something? Did you just say that since 𝗎𝑠core is a bot, it cannot be gay?
Yes.
My last rebuttal from Exhibit A, First They Came. You read a poem, okay, about communism and all this. I don't even know what it was about. I'm too stupid for it. But how does this have anything to do with paradiddles? You never explained it. You never said anything about it. So how are you expect me, a stupid head dummy, to understand the philosophy of your communism?
So, Bernie, can you clarify, is your question how do I expect you to understand it, or how do I expect the audience to understand it?
Yes.
Both? Okay. So I'll cover how I expect you to understand it first. I don't. You're not my target audience. Right now, Course Crusader is my target audience. It is more objectively important that he understands what I'm talking about than others. But just in case you didn't get it the first time, I'll quickly explain it, and hopefully it'll make more sense for you.
Are you attacking me personally?
No. I just said that I'm going to explain it again for you. Essentially, after World War II, there was a lot of poetry that came out from the oppressed people that were like...
So how do you compare a paradiddle movement that explains that paradiddles don't exist, as well as rudiments, to communism?
Because they're both new.
Communism, I'm comparing it to fascism.
Because they are both movements, and I guess you could consider the pro-paradiddles in this instance to be the minority group.
In order to preserve time, because this court case is dragging on forever, we will have only one more round of rebuttals for each team. You have 1 minute exactly to confer in your war rooms, and I will see you back here, gentlemen. I got no idea how I'm going to judge this stuff, but it's been an amazing court case thus far. Alright, we are back for the second round of rebuttals. This will be the final round in order to tidy up this court case much sooner than it is going at a very slow pace, slower than molasses, but that is okay. We've had some brilliant arguments and rhetoric brought to the table. Paradiddlers, your final rebuttal round begins now.
Okay. I want to start off by saying that you were saying paradiddles don't exist because they're not tangible. If paradiddles aren't tangible, neither are words. My speaking right now, according to the rules you set out, is not real.
Okay.
Objection.
Therefore, you can hear me speak. So
this is
I'm pretty
interesting.
sure that words are real.
This is interesting in the terms of, are you guys considering it real as in physical or mental? These are interesting terms. I want to hear a definition exactly of what they define as real from the anti-paradiddlers.
Alright, so we have, according to Google here, I'm pretty sure a lot of us are familiar with this source.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Alright then, it's a search engine that you look up on your browser. Well, we have 3 definitions here. We have objective reality or being, similar to live, be alive, breathe, draw breath, be, have being, have existence, all that kind of stuff. Be found, especially in a particular place or situation, is the second option. And the last one is live, especially under adverse conditions. So basically what we're looking at is something around the same part as live, and pretty sure paradiddles are not alive.
Paradiddles do have objective being. We know they're defined, and they are clearly defined in basic rules, and we know what they mean. So therefore, they have objective reality.
So, just so I understand the argument, because this is very trippy to understand, especially in this helmet. I'm trying to get this through my thick skull right now. So, anti-paradiddlers, you all are saying that because paradiddles as themselves do not exist because they are not alive. Is this correct?
They have, from our standpoint, they have no being, yes.
No
They have
being.
zero being.
They have
Okay.
no being.
I'll go ahead and hear your closing remarks and closing cross-examination from Wilbo and Cole for the Paradiddlers.
Yeah, I'll start off with saying paradiddles do have objective reality. So the definition you just pulled up, we can prove paradiddles exist with that definition. Paradiddles are objectively defined as the sticking alternates 1, 2, 1, 1. So we can clearly say, according to your definition, paradiddles should exist.
So I guess I'll say one other thing. I remember you said, Bernie, that you were comparing like comic book characters and saying they aren't real. And I can, to a point, I guess I can agree that they're not tangible beings, they're ideas, but the ideas are objectively real because they exist within our minds, and they are that type of thing.
There's way too much philosophy going on right now.
So, yes, you can. Like, I'm pretty sure we're on a pretty close page here. Yes, we can understand paradiddles, but like I'm saying, like you can understand Han Solo, you can relate to him as a character, you can understand his motives, like just like you can understand a paradiddle, but objectively they are not real.
We now begin the final round of rebuttal. Mr. Sanders, you may begin your rebuttal now.
So I'm going to move on to a new topic, point of view, from my point of view. What am I saying? So I'm going to speak Exhibit E, video performing paradiddles from their presentation. Now, usually in a court case, if the evidence is not presented well, it's not usable and it's not
Viable.
Yes. So now, when they were performing the video performing paradiddles, the audio and the video was so bad that it caused my computer to shit itself and die. So, Cole, when are you going to buy me a new computer?
If I may speak, if Exhibit E is not viable, reasons 1 through 60 should be not viable for the same reason.
However, you might be able to see that. However, reasons 1 through 60, they can't be showed. If I were to show them, your brain would simply explode, and actually it would implode and then explode, because that's how it works.
Knowledge.
So,
May I say something?
Yes,
So
Mr.
how-
Bo.
Do they exist? Because I guess you just said that you can't understand them as a mortal, so they can't be like actually thought up and presented.
No.
So do they
What we're
exist?
saying is if we told you, you would die immediately.
How have you guys not died?
Well,
Because
you see, we had to
we have
test it
assigned
on
the physical
Zombie
oath.
Killer. We had to test it on Zombie Killer, and as you can see, he is not here, for he is dead.
Closing remarks from Mr. Bernie, and then I would like to hear closing remarks from General Kenobi.
All right. Actually, I don't really have that many closing. So they're basically just summing up what I just said. But I would like General Kenobi to say anything else.
So, we have discussed paradiddles today, right? This is the whole reason we are brought together, and we've discussed the existence of paradiddles. Whatever may be decided today by our great judge, Core Crusader, I would just like to just reinforce this one concept. We believe, as anti-paradiddles, that paradiddles do not exist. They have no real being. We cannot perceive them as if they were a real thing. They can be imagined, I guess. It's like a fictional concept, something we can all relate to, but they have no real being.
Okay, closing remarks from Mr. Sanders.
Yep, Zombie Killer has died. All of the evidence that they presented has either been unfactual, it has either been off topic, they had to re-explain it. The evidence that they provide is either not viable or just flat out wrong.
I have nothing else to add.
Alright, Thank you so much. Cole and 𝗕𝗏𝗏, your closing remarks on your argument and any final remarks in general.
Well, I don't know. Actually, I think we've presented everything, and Your Honor, thank you for the opportunity to present our cases for both sides. And
I would like to say the same.
And
It has been a
we'll be awaiting your verdict. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cole.
To summarize our arguments real quick, we presented 7 pieces of evidence proving the existence of paradiddles. All evidence is concrete and backed up, and effectively proved paradiddles are tangible and important. Thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you so much to both sides for fantastic arguments and rebuttals, and for being very polite and respectful of each other. Thank you all so much for the hard work and effort you put into your arguments, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Judge 𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏 here. Wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you guys about my thoughts on this court case, as well as my decision in the verdict of who won this court case. Before we go any further, just wanted everybody to know that this whole video was a big spoof. It's meant to be a joke. This whole court case thing started from a joke made on the Majestic Atomous Discord server. Then we decided to make it an actual court case, film it, and here we are today, now with this video on YouTube for everyone to see. So ultimately, I hope everybody enjoyed this video and found it entertaining. That was the purpose of it, not meant to be taken literally at all. And yeah, so here are my thoughts on the court case and ultimately my decision on who won. Both sides presented lots of great evidence and really awesome cases. Both the paradiddlers and anti-paradiddlers were very prepared for this and ready to go to war. But this court case was decided not in the cases for me, but rather in the rebuttal rounds, which you could call the oral arguments. Specifically, kind of in the transition of rebuttal 1 to 2, we got down to the specific definition of real or exist. Since this court case was about whether or not paradiddles are real, the anti-paradiddler team went above and beyond to define real by Google's terms, and for me, that was a real groundbreaking thing because they presented that and really showed that that definition of real was what they aligned their entire case to be with. And the paradiddler team really went above and beyond to try and convince me as the judge that paradiddles, yes, they're still real because they have objective reality because we can understand them and sense them and stuff, but the point that the anti-paradiddlers were making, and with the definition they had of real, was that paradiddlers are not alive and have no being. They don't physically exist. They're more concepts and ideas that we understand. And with that, they also showed how that aligned with their entire case and what they're presenting. So for me, that really sold me, and I believe, in simplest terms, tidy up the court case. So in my opinion, I believe that the anti-paradiddlers won this court case. Of course, like I said, this whole thing was meant to be a joke, but yeah, here is everybody's reaction to me telling them who won, and yeah, here we go.
So after lots of pretty much consideration and going back and forth between these arguments, based off of the claim that the anti-paradiddlers have made, that is that paradiddles cannot exist with men and women in the real world, I am going to say that the anti-paradiddlers have won this argument by a very narrow margin. And that is based off of the thing that the anti-paradiddlers presented a lot more written facts, which is true, but on the other hand, the anti-paradiddlers went more into kind of the logical and rhetoric side of it. And I know that this is not very fair because, of course, it's basically a 5v2. However, I would like to say that Cole and 𝗕𝗏𝗏 presented themselves pretty much professionally, and I was very impressed by their performance. But congratulations to the anti-paradiddlers for winning this court case this time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Everybody's links to their channels, if they have them, will be in the description. This was a really fun court case to judge. Like I said earlier, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. And yeah, stay tuned for more sick content, and join the Discord. The link is down below so you can participate in these events in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.